Any advice for uh, investors who maybe are looking to buy a property for the first time? Just things to look for as they're walking through the property to just keep an eye on.
Yeah, well, that your mechanicals are number one, right? How old is your heater? How are you fueling it? Um, and then your hot water heater, your roof. You always want to get somebody to look at that roof. Um, and then once you're inside the building, you're wondering how much money you're going to need to spend. So flooring is number one once you're inside. Uh, what do you have? How long do you think you're going to last? And then when you're in the basement, you're just the age of the house. So you're looking at the joists. Does it just everything look okay? You can look at from the naked eye, right? I can send my wife in to say, okay, how do the joists look downstairs? Um, right, you'll know pretty quickly. Oh, that doesn't look good. Versus, oh no, okay, everything looks okay. You need to look harder. The more what I always tell our field guys, the more spider webs you see, the harder you need to look at the joists. Right, just how does your flooring looking, and then your appliances and anything with water. Right, they're the things that you want to go really look at. So go run the water. Run them like you want to go, from the basement all the way up to the top upstairs bathroom. Run all the water. Run it longer than 10 seconds, right? Because if there's a leak somewhere, the longer you run it, the more likely you're going to find that leak, right? You can't hide leaks,
Yeah.
right? So now, maybe somebody patched it, right? And you never know any of that stuff. But if you have an issue, you're going to find that issue pretty quickly. Before you do that, you never know what you're looking at. Open up underneath, right? Especially like the vanities and the kitchen sink, right? Open the cabinets, right? Make sure you actually have plumbing there. You have pipes, right? Because I was at a property actually yesterday, and before I did it, I always open the bottom, and I'm glad I did. I opened the bottom, and there was just no pipes there, right? And there was a bucket, but the bucket was filled to the top. It was a move out, so I saw nowhere in our notes. So this tenant basically was just dealing with it, not handling it. Not There was no work orders, there was no anything. So we were not aware that this was happening. So it must have happened anywhere from the pre-lease renewal to the time they moved out. So if I would have ran that water, it would have immediately just started overflowing. So I said other things you carry around. Always carry around paper towels, trash bags. You want those in your car as well, because something's going to happen sometime where you're going to be like, man, I'm really glad I have these.
Yeah.
So I have 2 rolls of paper towels, and I have 2 sets of trash bags. I got the big, heavy black ones, and then I got the normal kitchen trash bags. Sometimes the issue is not too bad, and you might be able to even help out a little bit. Some trash left behind, a pre-move-in, everything was done, the place is ready to go, and then we had to send a vendor back for one thing, and that vendor then decided to bring his mud in with him. Right, so actually in my car, I'm think of these things. We have them all documented. I should have my document in front of me, but I also have a broom and a butler, so I can always just sweep that kind of stuff up. So yeah, I mean, if your house is a mess, we're going to get the cleaner. If it's something simple, we can just take care of that.
Take care of it.
But yeah, back to your original question. They're the things you really want to flooring, and then again, how much money am I going to spend? So run all the water, and then look at your walls. Am I going to have to paint? Right, especially if it's occupied or there's items there, it's not always easy to see, but you'll just tend to look past what's hanging on the wall. Okay, more than likely, if it's hanging on the wall, there's something that's holding that up. That's probably whether you got a little hole that's going to need to be patched, or they got the command strips and not going to take them off right. You're going to peel the paint, so that's kind of stuff you want to look for. And then really all your appliances. What am I going to do? Because especially with that, the more appliances you can supply, the more money you can get in rent, or you know. And you have to, every renter or every owner needs to make sure that they have an oven. So that's something you always want to check as well.